Joining us now is NDP Leader Marit Stiles with her reaction to the latest developments in this ongoing scandal. Marit, thank you so much for joining us.
Great to be here. Good morning.
We'll start off with your reaction to Paul Calandra, who's now the new housing minister, spoke for the first time yesterday as housing minister and provided more details about this review that will be completed when it comes to Greenbelt lands. What was your thoughts about his take?
Well, first of all, we've had two very comprehensive reviews of what's taken place here, both by independent officers of the legislature. I mean, these are, watchdogs whose job it is to do this. And they said very clearly that the minister broke the laws of members' integrity, that we don't need, by the way, to carve up the Greenbelt to build housing. This is not about housing. So I think the government is just trying to distract from what people have already learned about them, and that Ontarians don't have any confidence in this minister or in this government to get it right. They know that it's a dirty deal. They know that it's wrong. And what's really astonishing to me is this is going to be such a colossal waste of our time and our money. It's not going to solve the problem, but it's also going to, and he confirmed this yesterday, add more land potentially to what they're going to take out of the Greenbelt. It's just wild that they would think that they could pull this one off and pull this over on Ontarians.
Mike Schreiner had reacted yesterday as well, and he said that this could lead to a speculators market now, knowing that there could be changes to the Greenbelt that could add, as you said, more land and allow more developers to build houses on that land. Is that something that you think may happen as a result?
Absolutely. This is why the official opposition, the NDP under my leadership, we've pushed really, really hard against this plan to carve out and swap out lands from the Greenbelt. We knew that was going to, there's something smelled wrong about that. And there's no question that what's happened here is that developers are using this opportunity to swap lands in and out and make lots of money before they've even built anything. And we're talking $8.3 billion is what the Auditor General said. This very small number of developers that are connected to the Conservative Party and to Mr. Ford are going to make off of this. So this is just going to expand that. And, let's be very clear what we're talking about here. We're talking about prime farmland that's protected for a reason, important ecosystems that we need to mitigate the impact of climate change, including, by the way, flooding in nearby communities. This is land that has no infrastructure existing, so it's extremely expensive to build there, and it's going to be borne by taxpayers, those additional costs. There's nothing good about this, and there's not one housing report that says, including the Premier's own housing task force, that says that we should be building housing there. That's not the answer. We should be building within existing municipal boundaries, close to transit, close to infrastructure.
As the official opposition, of course, there's always a chance that if, once there is another election, that you would become the premier. If you were able to, as the leader of the NDP, what would you do in order to try to tackle this housing crisis? This has been a crisis that the Ford government has said has led to them being forced to pull from the Greenbelt. What would you do other than that?
Well, first of all, to reiterate, them pulling this land out of the Greenbelt has nothing to do with building housing, and certainly not affordable housing. If anything's built there, it's going to be luxury sprawl, right? But we've seen a real breach of trust here. And so, yes, we are fighting in the official opposition for affordability, for housing, as well as stronger services, and also to bring that return to basic order trust. What do we need to do to build housing? And I mean, truly affordable housing. We need to bring back real rent control. We need to build truly affordable housing. We need to crack down on land speculation. We need inclusionary zoning so we can build homes within existing neighborhoods close to transit and other infrastructure folks need, schools. And we need to get the federal and the provincial governments back in the business of actually building some of that affordable housing. We used to do that 30 years ago. They stopped. We can do that, and it's really the right thing to do because people really are desperate. And that's why I think that the government's actions here, people are so angry about it because it's very, very cynical to use that very real issue as an excuse to essentially make these dirty deals.
And it is affecting the Conservative government. There is a new Abacus poll that has said that the Conservatives are definitely being affected by this when it comes to voter confidence. But that same poll also puts the Liberals ahead of the NDP. The Liberals right now aren't even an official party. What do you say to that? What do you think is driving that?
Well, I always think that polls, we're so far out from the election. But the truth is that for us I'm in Kitchener today because our 29 member official opposition caucus are meeting to work on our plan for the upcoming session, but also, how we are going to do what we say we want to do, which is to bring that order back, that democracy, that trust back, put forward some really positive solutions, fresh solutions for Ontarians. The Liberals are in the process of sort of figuring out who they are. They don't have party status, and they're going through a leadership race, sort of trying to figure out, who are they? We know who we are. We're very clearly the folks that are standing up to Doug Ford, and we're going to continue to do that. I am absolutely focused on the work that we have to do over the next 2.5 years. It starts right now. It started a few months back when I asked for the Integrity Commissioner and the Auditor General to investigate these issues. We're going to continue to hold this government to account every single day and put forward, those solutions for Ontarians. And I think I'm finding that it's connecting as I travel around the province. People are really angry at the Conservatives. And they're really happy to see us standing up to them and that we're so clearly on their side.
All right, Marit Stiles, the leader of the Ontario NDP, thank you so much for joining us here this morning. Appreciate it.
Thank you very much. Great to be here.